Assalamu alaikum student. This is our first video of round number 3 and chapter is Major Climatic Regions of the World. What are the temperate grasslands? Grasslands cover more than 1/5 of the Earth's surface. Grasslands are natural habitats that have been formed by nature. These are bands across the northern and southern hemispheres, usually between the deserts and the forest belts. They are generally flat and fairly dry regions with 250 to 500 millimeter of rain a year. Warm to hot summers and cold, sometimes icy winters. The low rainfall and cold winters will not allow many trees or shrubs to grow and the main vegetation is grass. These grasslands have different names according to where they are situated. In southern Europe and Central Asia they are called steppes. And the steppes are the grasslands of Eastern Europe and Asia, similar to North American prairies and African savanna. And the savanna is the grassland with scattered trees. In South Africa, they are called veld, and the veld are the open pastured land on grassland of South Africa. In South America, pampas, the extensive plains of South America, south of Amazon, and in North America, prairies. An extensive area of relatively flat grassland with few, if any, trees, especially in North America. And on the next page, there is the prairies grasslands in North America. See the picture. And what are the veld? Central Asian steppes nomads live in yurts, tents like these. And the steppes, these are the Asian steppes. And the yurts are the circular domed used for housing. These are the circular domed used for housing. The soil of the temperate grassland is very variable. The western part of the Euro-Asian grasslands in Eastern Europe and southern Russia, for example, has a rich dark soil, while at the eastern end in Mongolia and China, the earth is poor and will grow only coarse grasses. The eastern parts of the Great Plains in North America have rich soil and more rain and grow huge amounts of wheat and corn. The western parts of these plains are drier with poor soil and grow mainly grass. This is where the great cattle ranches are and the setting for so many cowboy films and stories. Much of the temperate grasslands, especially in North America, Eastern Europe, Southern Russia, and Argentina, grow huge amounts of grain, especially wheat, barley, and maize. This is quite natural as these are cultivated members of the grass family. In the grassland where the soil is not so fertile or there is less rain, the grass is shorter. Huge numbers of cattle are reared with sheep and goats on the even poorer land. Using the index in your atlas, find settlement of Palankaraya, which is island. Is it situated on You have to tell this. Find the island on the vegetation map on pages 80 to 81. Describe what the people would look like as if you were there. What vegetation, what climate, what crops, if any, might be grown there? What might the people who live in the region do for a living? Now find Dodge City. What country is this in? Answer the same question as in A. Now find Montpelier. What country is it in? What crops do you think might be growing in that region? What would the climate be like? What would the majority of the people do for a living? Find Urmichi. What country is it in? What would the countryside round the city look like? What would many of the people in the countryside do? Now the next topic is the seasons. Each of the 4 divisions of a year is spring, summer, autumn in which leaves fall, and winter. Here are the pictures of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. These are the changes in climate, temperature, rainfall, wind direction, hours of sunshine, etc. that we experience in any one place throughout the year. We all know spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and that these are opposite in the northern and southern hemispheres. When it is summer in the north, it is winter in the south. Autumn in the north is spring in the south, and so on. Lands round the equator experience very little difference between the seasons. Belém in Brazil. This is the state and capital of Brazil. Belém is the state and capital of Brazil. Almost exactly on the equator has a January temperature of 22.7 degrees centigrade and a July one of 23.8 degrees centigrade. The further north or south one goes, the greater the differences become between summer and winter. In northern Siberia, for example, inside the Arctic Circle, there are 22 hours of daylight in summer. And less than 2 hours in winter. In the same area, the summer temperatures may be 10 degrees centigrade but minus 38 degrees centigrade in winter. The reason we have different seasons is the Earth's axis, the imaginary line running through the north and south poles, is the upright but slopes at 23.5 degree to the vertical. Our world spun round and round, perfectly upright. Different parts would have the same season all the year round. Do you remember about the rotation of the earth? It turns on its axis once in 24 hours and makes one revolution round the sun is about 365 days. The axis always stays pointing in the same direction towards the polar star or Polaris. Any place on earth is at its warmest when the sun is overhead. On the nearest it gets to being overhead. See diagram. This is the diagram and I am explaining it. Let's take a look at the sun and earth. The earth rotates on its axis, connected the north and south pole on 23.5 degree angle. As the earth rotates, the sun's energy and heat affect different hemispheres of the earth. These lines represent the energy of the sun towards the earth in the months of December. As you can see, more of the sun energy is on the southern hemisphere than the northern hemisphere. The earth and heat of the sun is hitting the north at an angle, causing the heat to be spread out over more distance. This makes it cold. The earth and heat of the sun is hitting the south directly, so the heat doesn't have to spread. This makes it warm. This makes it warm. It is now winter in north and summer in south. The earth, as we have seen, travels round the sun at an angle of 23.5 degrees centigrade. This means that at different times of the year, the sun seems to be overhead at different parts of the world. On 21st March, the sun is directly overhead the equator. The length of day and night equal all over the world, and it is called the equinox. In Latin, equi means equal and nox means night. This date is the beginning of spring and summer in the northern hemisphere and the beginning of autumn and winter in the southern hemisphere. This date is beginning of spring and summer in north hemisphere and the beginning of autumn and winter in the southern hemisphere. By June, the sun is directly overhead on latitude 23.5 degree north, which is the furthest north that it comes. This is midsummer in the northern hemisphere and midwinter in the south. The latitude 23.5 degree north is called the Tropic of Cancer, not after the disease but after the constellation of Cancer, the crab in the zodiac. I am telling you about the Tropic of Cancer. See this figure. This is the picture of Earth, and in the middle there is an equator. There is an equator, and 23.5 degree upward there is Tropic of Cancer, and downward 23.5 degree down there is Tropic of Capricorn. This is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. By 21st June, the sun is directly overhead, latitude 23.5 degree north, as you see in figure. The sun now appears to be traveling southwards, that is, it appears to be overhead in places further and further south. On 22nd September, it is again overhead on the equator. This is the autumn equinox. And I had told you that equinox, the length of day and night are equal all over the world. On 21st December, the sun is above the Tropic of Capricorn. This marks midsummer in the northern hemisphere and midsummer in the south. The sun now starts its journey back northwards again. Solstice makes the longest days and nights in the northern hemisphere. 21st June is the summer solstice longest day, while 21st December marks the winter solstice longest night. In the northern hemisphere, the conditions are reversed completely in the southern hemisphere. The lands between the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, called the tropics, have the sun directly overhead at some time in the year and are in general the warmest parts of the world. Reading and explanation is completed. In next video we will do question answers. Thank you so much.